The first of the three tracks in part three of this video series is called Cyclotron. It seems to be inspired by at least Dave Mustaine's comments from the Marvel character Deathlock, and he has used other Marvel characters to inspire some of his writing previously. So here we go. This is the track Cyclotron. Very menacing. I like it. It's about like a murderous kind of robot character, right? So the sounds really fit that. It sounds like the gears churning essentially. I really want to have a look in Dave Mustaine's head. I mean, I guess these songs are the biggest kind of example of being able to do that. But this dude, he must be a trip to talk to, man. The kind of ideas that pour out of his head. Oh.
Assassin step, sailing from hell, impervious to damage. Computer on board, engaged in a war, non-stop combatant. Maybe not a mutant, maybe a man. But bionic and organic, not a cyborg.
So leading on from what I was saying from the last track, Countdown to Extinction was one of my favorite songs in this, not the last track, the one before that was one of my favorite songs in the album so far, and it's because of the melodic stylings of the vocals and the guitar. I think the lead guitar and the rhythm guitar really set the tone for music in rock, for the stylings in a rock song. And it's obvious because it is a guitar-led genre, but it's very different from hip-hop because the drums really set the tone for a hip-hop track. So whenever they get the guitars right, like this one is much more melodic and drawn out in its notes, it always sits better with me rather than the kind of crazy let's call it rhythmic or repetitive styles that happen in some of the other tracks.
But bionic and organic, not a cyborg. Call him Cyclotron. Burning inside, Godspeed and Clyde. Battle plan running. A killing machine, just downright mean and forever gunning. Maybe not a mutant, maybe a man. But bionic and organic, not a cyborg. But bionic and organic, not a cyborg. Call him Cyclotron. But bionic and organic, not a cyborg. But bionic and organic, not a cyborg. Call him Cyclotron.
This would be a great track to lift weights to, man. Great track to hit the gym in.
Target to destroy, arms in employ, fossil fire rats.
I like the additions of these robotic parts. Again, always kind of writing and creating to these concepts, which I always like. Now, I think that track holds some of the best or some of the great things about the band and some of the not so great things about the band. Okay, what's great about them? The guitars were fantastic on this one. It was creative, heavy, interesting, but it got a bit repetitive. It definitely got a bit repetitive in terms of the writing of this one. Lots of repetition of the chorus. It's a cool song, I guess. So from the notes that I have, it looks like Captive Honor has maybe two themes to it. One is about the poor living conditions in prisons and how anyone incarcerated can potentially be turned into a sex slave once inside. Kind of crazy, and it took inspiration from the personal prison stories of a counselor who knew Dave Mustaine. And then there's another verse that apparently kind of speaks about how some people believe that killing can be justified when done on a mass scale, like you think of something like the Holocaust, which is a theme that's come up before. So here we go, this is Captive Honor.
Madness comes, madness goes. An insane place with insane rules. Battles without, for battles within. Where evil lives and evil rules. Breaking them up, just breaking them in. Quickest way out, quickest relief wins. Never disclose, never betray. Cease to speak or cease to breathe. And when you kill a man, you're a murderer. Kill many, and you're a conqueror. Kill them all. Ooh.
Okay, so I guess that was the verse. Speaking of that, really cool way of describing the mentality of a freaking fucking dictator. Breaking them up, just breaking them in. Well, quickest way out, quickest relief wins. Like disposing of them quickly, like the way that Hitler thought of Jewish people to be like germs, like he was a germaphobe and he just wanted to get rid of them as easy as possible. And speaks on this idea: killing many, you're a conqueror. Kill them all, or you're a god. Wow.
You're a god.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
Yes, we have, Your Honor. We find the defendant guilty on all counts for crimes against all humanity.
By virtue of the jury's decision and the power vested in me by the state, I hereby sentence you to be incarcerated with no possibility of parole for life.
Life? What do you mean, life? I ain't got a life.
Boy, your soul better belong to Jesus. Cause your ass belongs to me.
Okay, I like the duality. Why would they put this intro about this kind of a dictator or a conqueror before this idea of this lonesome prisoner? So again, the point maybe being that on a mass scale, when you kill, it's thought of in a different way than you're a single person killing another single person. This is the fate that lies before you as a murderer. And that is a terrifying line. Boy, your soul better belong to Jesus. Your ass belongs to mine. Whew.
Captain Honor, ain't no wonder. Captain Honor, ain't no wonder. No time for questions, no time for games. Start kicking ass, like taking down the names. Alarm checklist, what sort of yours? He is untouchable and guarantees life.
my lord, this is one of the best tracks for sure. Listen to the technical aspects of the instrumental, man. Listen to that. I'm gonna go back again. You hear the way the drum fills match those crazy riff patterns. Hear this again.
Inside the big house, his nightmare unfolds.
Wow.
And before he got there, his man was sing was soul. The black blanket walker, this tough guy's now a bitch. Praying for death, when can't be worse than this. Captain Honor ain't no honor. Captain Honor ain't no honor.
Marty Friedman. Ooh, last time I think Marty Friedman had it. I'm gonna give it to Dave on this one. That was fantastic. Two great guitar solos.
Captain Honor ain't no honor.
Damn, that is one of the best songs so far. Interesting. I like these two verses, well, that came after the intro and the skit, right, about the guy who has to be now hard and militant and take no shit from anyone, because obviously there's these predators that are waiting in the jails. So he's saying now, like, you gotta fight for yourself. Inside the big house, his nightmares unfold. Before he got there, his man pussy was sold. Jesus. Okay. On to the final track, man. It's been an interesting listen so far, so I'll give my verdict on the album on the next one. So on the final track of this album, it seems to be speaking or referring to a general sense of hopelessness for the future of humanity. So we've covered a lot of the idea of death and destruction. Death seems to be the real central figure of this album, and it's explored in many different ways. Even the idea of skydiving down to your death, countdown to extinction was a style of death too, but it was like humans inflicting death on animals. So this one is about general hopelessness, and there seems to be some references to the Bible as well in this. Here we go. This is Ashes in Your Mouth. Whoa. Percussion. Yo, check out the bass line on that. It's hard to notice. Obviously, it's underneath. It can be hidden, but if it continues to go, just check out that fantastic bass line. Oh, it switched up.
People have round shoulders from carrying heavy loads. And soldiers liberate them and lay minds along their roads. Sorrow paid for valor. There's too much to recall. The countless corpses are piled up along the wailing wall. Melting down all metals, turning plows and shears to a sword.
I want to highlight this line here. The soldiers liberate them, laying mines along their roads. Sorrow paid for valor is too much to recall. That is a beautiful line, man. I think that's talking about the PTSD that a soldier might face. So sorrow, the idea of sorrow, sadness afterwards, paid for valor in the moment is too much to recall. So when you're looking back and you're feeling the pain, really great way of describing PTSD.
Some words of the Bible, we need implements of war.
Okay, lots of war themes on this one. Love the line here. Sweet taste of vindication turns to ashes in your mouth. No feelings in war will ever stay sweet. It never will. But there's just some great imagery in this one so far. And again, I felt like the middle of the album lost a little bit of the great melodic styles of the guitar that is being laid. Probably from Mustaine, right? He seems to be the main guitarist. But this is again another return. Real strong ending to the album.
Where do we go from here? And should we really go? The end is finally here. God have mercy. If you're fighting to live, it's okay to die. The answer to your question is welcome to tomorrow.
The rhythm section on this one is so insane. The way it switches up, it changes. Like I feel like they're constantly changing the I think they're called like 4-on-4 or 6-on-4. I can't remember what the terminology for it is, but the essential sequencing of this music, it seems like it's changing constantly. It's so technically brilliant. Changed again. These two battling it out with the guitar solos. Marty going first, then Dave, then the two of them together. Great ideas, man. I love that. Keeping things fresh, changing things, constant riffs, constant battles, guitar battles.
Where do we go from here? God have mercy.
What a crazy, frenetic album. I've definitely not heard many like it. There's a lot to love. There's some gripes with it, all in all, I think it is a fantastic listen. In terms of like the thrash metal genre, it has to be up there, right? I've been told it's a classic, and I can kind of see why, because of the scope of the album, the things that they're trying to do and cover. There's so much rich music in there. Again, thrash metal, rock metal, metal music seems to be very technically brilliant. So much going on. The crispness of the drumming, the great riffs, bass lines, constant changes, grooves that they set into. I think the best parts of this album are certainly the guitar playing abilities of the two guitar players. So that's Marty Friedman and Dave Mustaine. Especially when they're battling out, dueling out, when they do great melodic riffs, those are fantastic. The weaknesses of the album, slightly repetitive. Obviously it's based upon a theme, which is like death and destruction, but there were a couple of tracks in the middle. The middle of the album got a little bit, it dipped in quality slightly, and then it picked up again. So a couple of tracks in the middle, I'd say was like, maybe it was like This Was My Life, I think was one, and like Sweating Bullets maybe was another, which I wasn't a big fan of. All in all, pretty good. Cyclotron was kind of repetitive too. All in all, great. And one more weakness as well was the vocals. I don't think Dave Mustaine is the best singer in the world. When he's kind of copying the melodies of the riffs, it works much better for me. But yeah, great listen. You got to give a shout out to Gregory for asking me to listen to this one. So big shout out to Gregory for sponsoring these videos and opening my mind up to this new style of music. Coming at it from a hip hop fan, obviously it's like worlds away. It really is. I've never really sat down and taken in music in this way except for this channel that I run. So it's been a pleasure, man. It's super late at night. It's 2:56. You guys could probably tell by my eyes, but it's been a pleasure to share this one with you guys. So I'll catch you guys on the next reaction. Peace.